Quick disclaimer, this is not financial advice. Trading Forex is risky. Don't be an idiot. Use risk management. Enjoy the video. Hello traders, my name is Jamie and today I'm going to be showing you another smart money trade that I took off an order block on pound US dollar that ran to over 13R within the space of a few hours. I did take multiple partials along the way, so ended up with a total gain of around 6% on my account, which I was really pleased with. I'll attach a screenshot of my trade entry from MetaTrader 4 now to prove that I did in fact take this trade. If you're new to my channel, I make videos about smart money concepts and institutional forex trading, so if you find this video useful, I'd really appreciate it if you hit the like button and maybe even subscribe too. And just another quick note before we get on with things, I want to say thank you so much to all of you for helping me hit 500 subscribers. That's totally crazy to me. I only started this channel a couple of months ago and I wasn't expecting to hit 500 subs in a year, let alone a couple months. So thank you, and without further ado, let me clean off this chart and show you the analysis. So, pound US dollar has been very rangy for the past week and I've struggled a lot to trade it as it has been quite confusing. However, on the 1 hour chart, the point of interest that I identified was this last up candle here, this order block candle up here. Now, why is this valid? This order block candle is valid because, as you can see, we pushed up to here and absorbed the liquidity above these highs here, and then we did move to the downside and break minor structure levels, such as here. And then on lower time frames, we'd have structure sort of here as well, around that body. So we did break a couple of minor structures to the downside, therefore validating this order block. After this, I did move down onto the 30-minute chart to see if I could refine my POI even more, which I could. I further refined it up to this very final up candle here. This seems like a more valid POI to me as well, because when we had this whole area as our POI, you can see that price did sort of range in and around it, so it had started to mitigate some of those orders. However, this final 30-minute candle has not yet been mitigated and price has not yet touched it, so I was more confident of this area for my trade. Now, I didn't actually narrow my area down much further than this because I do look for specific confirmations once we're in our point of interest, so having a slightly wider point of interest even is quite useful to me. So what I will do is I will just play price action through for you as the London session opens on the day that I took the trade. Obviously this blue box up here being our POI. Looking for a short, that is, just to mention as well, I'm not sure if I said that. So as the market opened, as the London session opened, price did range a lot and sort of drop off a little bit throughout the day. And then we did actually come up into our point of interest, which was great to see. So I'll just move this back a little bit. And once we were in our point of interest, I did move down onto the 1 minute chart to observe price action a little bit closer. Now, if you've seen any of my order block scalping videos before, if you haven't, I will leave a little card in the top right corner now for you to go and check some of them out. Then you'll know that we look for a certain structure when we're looking to take trades off of order blocks. Now, what we want to see is we want to see that price comes up and creates a level of structure, as we can see here. So obviously this here is inducing a lot of sellers. There's a lot of people selling here and they're going to have stop losses somewhere up here. We then want to see it come down and in fact push back up through and absorb the liquidity above here. Then what we want to see is that price breaks below structure to the downside to indicate a shift in market structure and to show that smart money might be now getting involved and looking to change the market direction. So as you can see, price does then break below structure and come down, showing the shift in market structure. As you can see down here, we do get a little bit more of a conclusive break of structure. Now, once it looked like the market was going to start dropping off, I did actually take a fib tool and I fibbed the body of this candle just here, the last up candle, and set my entry at the 50% level, which at the time that I marked it up was 1.39245. I then set my stop at 2.5 pips just above these highs here, just to give price a little bit of breathing room and allow breathing room for the spread as well. So after this, it was just waiting for price to come back up into my area and wick me in. So what we will see is once the New York session opens, price impulsively moves up and wicks us into our entry. Now, on this FXEM chart on TradingView, price doesn't actually come up and wick me in. It misses it by about 0.3 pips, I think. However, on the broker that I use on MetaTrader 4, I was actually triggered into this entry, into this trade. I'll post the screenshot again of the screenshot showing that I entered the trade again. As some of you may know, different brokers are different. There is price discrepancies and differences between them, which is why sometimes it's actually really important to check charts for different brokers, because sometimes they can paint a different story of price action. Anyway, I'll stop waffling. So once we were triggered in, price dropped off really rapidly, which was great for me because I like to take my first partials at 1 to 3, and I take off half of my position to secure a 1.5% gain for my account, and then I can move my stop to break even to take my risk off the table too. So once price has reached my 1 to 3 target and I've taken my first partials, I do like to trail my stop for the rest of the position behind any structure in the market. So as you can see, throughout the rest of the day, price does sort of drop down, pull back a little bit, but then continue to drop off to the downside. Now, I was trailing my stop down, like I said, and moved my stop to this high here at around just about 9R. And then when price broke below here, I did in fact quite riskily move my stop to around this high here for 10R. After that, price did go down a little bit more, but then came back up, stopped me out, and pretty much reversed. So even though my moving of the stop to this high here was quite risky in hindsight, it did actually play out well, which I was really pleased with. So yeah, like I said, overall managed to gain around 6% on my account for this trade, which I was really, really pleased with. Anyway, I hope that I've explained this trade well. If there's anything you haven't understood or you have any questions, please feel free to leave me a comment down below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. If you found this video useful, please leave it a like and maybe even subscribe to my channel too. I put in a lot of work for these videos, so it really would mean a lot to see your support.